face of the league right now. She was the face of the league as a rookie. She became the face of the WNBA before she ever stepped foot.
The current momentum are really, really good. So the t-shirts don't bother me. But why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark?
On the court in a WNBA game. She is so insanely popular.
You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water.
Colin Cowherd just dropped a bombshell. Caitlin Clark is the rising tide of the WNBA. You won't believe what the league's players just admitted about her meteoric rise. And it's more impactful than any stat line. What does this moment mean for Clark's career? And why are her critics falling silent? Let's dive in. Caitlin Clark wasn't just voted a star in the making. Over half the players in the WNBA named her the face of the league in a recent poll. 55% to be exact. That's not a number you can ignore.
And so insanely successful. That's the difference. She backs it up with her play.
All right, you went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a 4 seasons in the shopping district. Stop talking.
Or if her game was as good as, I don't know. I don't even want to say Angel Reese because it's just, I don't want to keep going there.
But here's the thing. This wasn't always the way veteran players saw her. Early on, her explosive playing style and quick rise weren't met with open arms by everyone. Some of the league's more established names weren't exactly rolling out the red carpet, and you could feel the tension whenever her name came up. They weren't just skeptical of the hype, they were protective of what they'd built before she even stepped on a WNBA court.
Time to grow up, girls. Fast. This is the player that got you off the airline that was bright yellow.
It was clearly not as good or as exciting and as dynamic and as transformative. Then you would say, okay, her popularity would still be there.
Right? She got you an upgrade to a better hotel as a band member.
Clark's rise wasn't quiet, though, and maybe that's what rubbed some the wrong way. Think about the unforgettable moments that put her on the map. There was that now famous interaction when she got into it with a referee during a heated college game. It wasn't about a call she didn't like. It was about her fire, her refusal to back down. Or picture the crowd going wild every time she casually pulled up just past half court and drained a three-pointer like it was nothing. Moments like those weren't just great plays. They were statements that she was coming for the top. And she didn't hesitate to take over games, turning close contests into complete blowouts almost single-handedly. Love her or hate her, it was impossible not to watch.
Fade a little bit, or when someone else is really good, it can kind of be leapfrogged a bit. It makes a little bit of sense.
And here's the other thing to remember. Caitlin Clark's already rich. She made $11 million this year alone in endorsements off the court.
But it's also her on-the-court excellence, her greatness, and the fact that she's seemingly breaking a record.
Colin Cowherd's take on this? He compared her to LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and even Mike Tyson, icons who disrupted the balance of their sports the second they arrived. Clark, he said, isn't just a player, but a force that's redefining norms. And like those legends, her impact goes beyond stats. She's shaking up the culture itself. For some, that's uncomfortable. For others, it's awe-inspiring. When players finally acknowledge someone as the face, it's different. Peer recognition hits deeper than any award or media narrative. This poll wasn't just a win for Clark, it was a torch being passed. Keep watching, though. This isn't just about her. It's about how she's changing everything around her.
WNBA players make 9%, and now the merch sales are up 500%, and attendance is up, 40%.
Game after game after game after game. And when you actually watch the games, the highlights and the plays that...
I don't really care that the previous 25 years, they didn't make a lot of money or lost money. I don't care. They're in the middle of a negotiation, and they're on a heater.
When Colin Cowherd called Caitlin Clark the rising tide of the WNBA, he wasn't exaggerating. Her impact isn't just about stats or highlights. It's about lifting the whole league, even when she's not on the court. During her injury absence, WNBA ratings plummeted by 55%. That number tells you everything you need to know. People aren't just watching basketball, they're watching Caitlin Clark. No one else in the league has managed to hold attention quite like her. And it's not just about her playing style. It's about how she's shifting the way fans engage with women's basketball entirely. Clark's effect doesn't stop there, though. She's turning the sports calendar on its head. Imagine this. It's the middle of summer, a time when most sports fans are tuned out or catching their breath between major seasons. Then, Caitlin Clark's name pops up again. Whether it's a viral clip of her pulling up from half court or media buzz about her ongoing rivalry with Angel Reese. That rivalry alone feels like a modern-day Bird versus Magic. The back and forth between Clark and Reese has captivated fans on every level, giving people a reason to tune in.
If you were playing Caitlin Clark play, I could go through 3 pages worth of timestamps of just like insane moments. I mean, it's pretty wild.
It doesn't really matter. I've said this before. I made an investment for 5 years and it lost money.
Or just like, they make your eyes pop out of your head. I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
Their battles aren't just games. They're must-see events that define how women's basketball is marketed now. Here's where it gets crazier. Clark's influence doesn't end when the final whistle blows. Social media views spike whenever she's the topic. Ticket sales for her games? Through the roof. Merch with her name on it? Flying off the shelves. She's driving real numbers, the kind that force league executives to sit up and rethink how they approach growing the WNBA. Everything connected to Clark generates interest, proving not only her star power, but the untapped potential of the women's game. The bigger picture is clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just reshaping basketball, she's changing the perception of women's sports globally. Fans aren't watching her just for what she does on the court. They're watching because she's showing what's possible. What's next for her might completely rewrite the playbook for the league. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a movement.
They bought it for scale. Not every company that wins in negotiations or is sold is wildly profitable.
Many of the games I watch, like there's only so many timestamps that I could use to like point out something big or interesting. And when I'm watching,
I know you wanted your song to be the first one they played. You wanted to make up the set.
Her highlights aren't just clips. They're moments that stop fans mid-scroll. The numbers back it up, from record-breaking ticket sales to merchandise flying off the shelves. But what's most impressive? She's done all this before even entering the league. Her impact proves women's sports don't just belong in the conversation. They are the conversation. If Clark can redefine the league without an official WNBA jersey, what happens when she suits up? This isn't just a story about the future of basketball. It's a glimpse at how one person can change the game forever.